Hello and welcome to the first game of today's doubleheader, because we've got ourselves two best out of threes to look forward to. The first one is going to be this one. It's going to be Fnatic versus Team Liquid, with Fnatic playing with two stand-ins. So we will not be seeing Fly nor Trixie, but we'll be having Kev, of course, an old school German player for all you people that still know him, and Sinrin as well, standing in once more. And just to give you an idea of what things are looking like right now for this, here are the standings. So this is the winners bracket that we see right now. So, you know, we don't see anything about these two teams because these two teams are in the losers bracket. One of these two teams is gonna go home, and we're gonna find out which one it is. It's gonna be best out of three. By the way, later today is gonna be Rockskiss versus Dignitas that we see in the winners bracket that hasn't been played yet. So we'll be seeing that one after this best out of three. But first, Liquid versus Fnatic. Which one is it gonna be? And how are they gonna be running their lineup? We have got ourselves some standard bans apart from letting the Bedrider go through. It is the Nyx, the Cuddle, as well as the Wisp and the Magnus that got banned out. So no Magnus. That's well, it's not really an unorthodox ban, I guess, but it's still a ban that we don't see every day. Normally that Bedrider is one of the ones that gets banned out. So we're gonna see the Bedrider on the side of Liquid because they got first pick. They actually chose that. Next game, of course, it will be reversed. We're going to be seeing Fnatic picking up their Gyrocopter as well as the Darkseer, so already having basically two lanes sorted. And of course a Gyrocopter, hero that offers a lot of versatility. Actually, same thing goes for Darkseer, so not really giving anything away just yet. Liquid picking up the Shadow Demon as a support. I think two reasons for that, mostly because they don't want Fnatic to pick it up, because of course the Shadow Demon, and it works good together with the Gyro, and it's a great counter against Bedrider's Lasso. So that's probably one of the reasons why they opted to ban that one out. And we're gonna see what Liquid is gonna be picking up next. I mean, they've got a solo lane, which could be either solo off lane, solo mid, or going into the jungle. And they've also now got a support, so we are gonna be seeing picking them up a puck. So that means that it could be a Bulba puck. But it actually means that they are still in need of a carry. And that's going to be something that Fnatic is going to be having an easy time with, because they therefore know what exactly to ban out. And Fnatic pick up the Silencer. And again, they do not give anything away. This lineup for them so far, it can go so many different ways. It is really, really versatile. We have seen Silencer played, of course, a couple of times since he got released. Not that often, but when he got played, we've seen him mostly played as support, I'd say. But he's also played as a carry on aggressive tri-lanes. We've seen him played as a solo mid. And we're just yet to find out what Fnatic is going to play him as. We're going to be seeing the Storm Spirit that gets banned out. So Fnatic, well, I guess Liquid is still expecting one of these heroes not to go mid. So that Fnatic is still missing a mid is what Liquid expects. And the Storm gets banned out. If they're gonna go down that route, we might also see a Queen of Pain being banned out. With the Lifestealer getting banned out there by Fnatic. So that is the carry. Of course, like I said, Fnatic is gonna have an easy time banning out those carries, because basically they already have one. They have the Gyrocopter. And we're gonna be seeing just, you know, maybe even the Phantom Lance is still getting banned out, or the Luna, etc. You know it. And basically any carry can fit well together with that Shadow Demon, so it's no real pressure on any kind of carry that they would definitely not want or something like that. But we'll find out. We'll find out first what Liquid is gonna ban out, though. I mean, if you don't know exactly what your opponent is gonna do, what else is there to do than to ban out the heroes that you just don't want to face? So Storm Spirit, I guess it would still fit in the Fnatic's lineup, and especially with that Silencer global ulti, actually, that would be really nice. But a Rubik would be one of those heroes that you just do not want to face. Having said that, Liquid has got the first pick, and they still miss one of their supports, I would say, if they're gonna go for tri-lane. Of course, we still have Lina and Leshrac and the Jakiro in. All those three heroes, I kinda class them as the same type, with follow-up, stun / disable. Up on that disruptor for the Shadow Demon, so one of those three I think Liquid is still looking at. Unless they really want to go for something in the jungle, which is still possible, but we'll just have to find out. It looks like Fnatic is gonna go into their bonus time for the first time thinking about what Liquid might do with their lineup right now. And they were thinking the same thing as I was. So they are going to be banning out that Lina. A lot of burst damage, of course. I mean, you have got a silencer, which is pretty decent against the Lina, but I mean, the amount of burst that she can pull off is just really annoying, because you always, basically, you force everybody of Fnatic to, or at least the supports especially, to go for a bit of survivability above anything, to just have a bit of extra HP. And yeah, that's now out of the pool. And we've seen the last ban out from Liquid. Is there another hero that they do not want to face? I mean, you can still think about supports, but you can apparently also think about Brewmasters. Brewmaster, probably one of the more annoying heroes to face as well. I mean, if he splits... I mean, okay, granted, if you can bait out a split and he doesn't do anything, he is fairly harmless. But if he splits and he gets time... The thing is, if he does that in a team fight, you can't really do anything about it but run, unless you try to kill everything off. But it really depends on how much control you have for yourself and how much survivability you have. So we're gonna see that one banned out, something they don't want to be facing. And Fnatic, they're gonna be thinking about their last ban. Is it gonna be another support? Or is it gonna be a carry? It is gonna be a carry. That Luna is out of the pool, as mentioned. Also still one of the carries, and they pick up a Tidehunter, no hesitation from Liquid, and the Tidehunter is the pick. Now I do think he's going to be playing a support role in this case, as we already have got 2 offlaners, though in theory it could be the Tidehunter on the suicide lane with the Bat Rider in the jungle, Puck in the middle, and then still dual lane with the Shadow Demon or something else. Might actually be better. But we'll see what role he's going to be playing, and who is actually going to be playing it, of course, and then that makes a big difference.
10 seconds remaining.
If it's gonna be Bulba or if it's gonna be Fluff. Juggernaut's gonna be picked up by Fnatic, so they don't want to make it in a too late game. And basically this still means that we don't know what the gyro is gonna do. We don't know what the silencer is gonna do. And that's something that we have to understand also for Liquid. By the way, I realized I haven't been casting without a co-caster for a while, so I noticed that I am not used to it anymore.
5 seconds remaining.
But I will say, tough. And I will be having a co-caster again when I can. There we go. Figured I'd want to solo cast again. But anyways. Let's see the last pickup for Liquid. Gonna be able to take their sweet time. 40 seconds left into their time, and basically they can use that time to discuss what Fnatic is actually gonna do. Though I think for us we're gonna have to wait until they actually did it. I mean, we've seen recently Juggernaut solo mid. We have seen Silencers as solo mid, and they're still the carry. It's gonna be an anti-mage, so that's gonna be well, that's gonna be Liquid trying to bank on that that 25 minute mark, 30 minute mark. Let's call it that. And so far, I mean, if you're Fnatic, I mean, your pushing power is not really there to make it happen that early. And Liquid has actually got quite some nice turtling. Like, if you're gonna be pushing up against Team Liquid, you know that you're having to deal with and a Ravage, which is not something that you should take lightly.
10 seconds.
And of course, we're gonna assume that Bat Rider at that time will have a blink dagger as well, so we'll be able to blink someone, blink in and grab someone, and then fly away with that target, making, you know, some kind of siege virtually. I'm not gonna say impossible, because of course it's never impossible. Everything is possible in Dota, but it's still gonna be quite tough. Let's see the last pickup for Fnatic, and hope that they're gonna be giving away a bit more about the lineup. Like right now, I would expect Silencer to be a support, the Gyrocopter mid, and the Darkseer on the off lane, and Silencer and Juggernaut on the safe lane top. But it really depends on what they're gonna pick up last. And what I feel like kind of Fnatic is missing is Disable. Like, of course, there's... If you look at Liquid, you have got the Disruption. And of course, that's a nice Disable, but you can't really attack the target through it. So, it's not the same kind. You have a Dream Coil, a Coil, a Ravage, and a Lasso. But all those 3 are ultis. 3 ulti disables. And then you look at Fnatic, and Juggernaut doesn't have a disable, apart from, of course, the initial tick from his Omnislash. But that's not really a disable, and Silencer doesn't have a disable. Darkseer's got a vacuum. I'm not really calling it disable, but you know what I mean. I mean, it can still make a big difference in terms of able to be attacking and stuff. And of course the home missile, but again, Fnatic not that much stuns either, and there they make up for it, and all of a sudden, with that pickup, Fnatic is in favor of those disables, especially at that early game, because as I just said, I mean, for Liquid, they only have got those level 6 disables apart from the disruption. So that's going to be a big hero for Fnatic, and I kind of hope it can get the time to get big and actually get himself a Blink Dagger, because right now we're falling into a pattern of maybe hopefully of more team fights. Like, if you know, the thing is, it sounds so simple, and I noticed that I said it yesterday also. Like, at some point you know that someone wants a team fight, right? Be that based on their lineup, be that based on the moment of the game, etc. And normally, you know, you have got kind of like a team fight lineup versus a lineup that doesn't want to fight. But if you got both lineups that have got some kind of team fight, and if you look at that, and you see like on one side there's a Dream Coil and a Ravage and a Winning Rift and a Lasso and all that jazz, I mean, there's a lot of team fight up on Liquid. And then if you look at Fnatic, you see a Cooldown and a Vacuum and an Epicenter and an Omni Slash and the Global Silence. There's a lot of team fight up on Fnatic as well, so it's really gonna depend on who is gonna go in. But that also means that both of these teams at some point will probably be starting to look for a team fight, and that's gonna be very enjoyable. At least for me it is. And I kinda hope that I'm right with that, because if I'm not, I'm gonna be sad. But hey, let's see who's gonna be playing what. So we have got Era playing the Gyrocopter on the dire side for Fnatic in this game 1 of the Ritmix Russian Dota 2. Oh, hey, look at that. Russian Dota 2 League. And like I said, this is the losers bracket match. And it's a best out of 3. Kev, stand-in from the German ground, is going to be playing the Sand King. Another stand-in is going to be Cinder, and he's going to be playing the support Silencer. And then with the support Sand King, with the carry Gyrocopter, he'll be top. On the middle lane, looks like we're gonna have Hani, although he could actually rotate towards the bottom lane. He's gonna be playing the Darkseer, and then on the middle lane, they're gonna do the middle Juggernaut again. I think it was the first time that I saw doing that. It was actually Mousesports on Farah. But it looks like you know, Fnatic liked it and they want to try it for themselves. So no deal in the mid lane. Already picked himself up a Bourman shield, and he got himself a Tangos from a teammate, so we'll be pulled a bit of HP, and we'll be able to, you know, be a bit more stable on the lane, I'd say. But yeah, that's everybody on Fnatic. Let's see what No-Tail is gonna be up against, because it's gonna be Korak on his puck, and he is gonna be going mid, going to go for a. Oh, he also got pulled Tangos. I'm gonna go for trying to harass No-Tail as much as possible. Will be a tough matchup for No-Tail for sure. Gonna be seeing instantly Synderen already, maybe trying to go for a gank, but this is not a soul. Oh, look at that! They saw this. They saw the invisibility getting picked up. I think that at that time it was actually Fluff that was hanging around there. Oh my God! I will have to look at what Fluff is wearing in a moment. But we'll first see this. Synderen shows himself. I think they noticed the sentry ward, and Korak is gonna just pretend that he doesn't see him. Am I missing something? No, he is actually just pretending that he doesn't see him. And there's the curse. Synderen saying, okay, I know you saw me. Here's the curse in your face. So that is Korak playing the mid lane up against No-Tail. We'll have Bulba in the jungle. He's going to be playing the Bat Rider with a cool bandana on his face. And of course, I mean, he is here because he can't really be top, because there's just too much harassment coming out for him then. The same reason why we don't see the Darkseer on the bottom lane, because he's in the jungle on Fnatic side. We see TC playing the Anti-Mage on the bottom lane all by himself. We'll be able to get some solid farm there. As we see IX Mike on his Shadow Demon, and then indeed Fluff. What is he wearing? I have never seen that before. No? Okay, like, it's something different. I'm sorry, I just gotta check here from it. But it's something different. He's got something else on his face, but I think there's just a bug with this thing, because it doesn't look like just like it. I don't know. Awkward. Well, I will check it out later on, because I'm very interested in that Tidehunter item, because I also have the squid head, but it doesn't look like this kind of squid head. I think that something's wrong with this squid. It's just, I don't know. Awkward. In the meantime, of course, there was nobody on the top lane, so the push is gonna continue here, or gonna start, I should say, and that actually forces Fluff to be here. And very nice to have him here, because then he can just, well, and then I can look at his, oh, I think there's just something wrong with the textures, actually. But then he can stand here to gain some experience, if he doesn't die, of course, because he's still going to be up against 3, and there's going to be a lot of harassment should Sand King actually be here. But he's able to get some levels. He's actually level 2 right now. And of course, I mean, getting levels on your support is always good. And if the experience is just going to come walking towards your tower, then why not pick it up? In the meantime, No-Tail already used all of his regen right now, and he's got 700 gold, so if he wants to go for a bottle or something like that, then he could. But the question is, does he really want to have that, or does he want to just, as his first item, pick up a ring of regen, which he almost has as well, so he might just be able to do that. And with that tower gold, that is possible. If the tower just, if the courier just gets upgraded. And of course, it was Synderen that picked up the tower gold for that, so there should be enough gold indeed for an upgraded courier. So there it is, and it is gonna be actually, it's just gonna be boots and a magic wand. Nothing else than that. In the meantime, we still have Fluffing around here. Just being fairly safe to his tower and able to just... I mean, he's here for the experience. If he can get farm, great, but he is here for the experience and he's getting it as well. And of course, I feel like we can compare the Tidehunter to the Sand King purely because of their roles in these games, just controls of team fights. And so far so good. Burrow Strike though. Fluff, trouble, Rocket Barrage, more trouble. Run, Fluff, run! Flakana trying to help out. Eats a Tangle, will be safe. Of course the Tidehunter is a very tanky hero, and that just proves it again. The Burrow Strike, even though it was level 2, not helping enough. Rocket Barrage level 2 as well. Not enough to take him down, but it does force him back. At the same time, it also forces the lane all the way back, together with of course the pull that was done by Synderen. So it is going to be the lane back inside of Fnatic, and that will be... I mean, that's gonna be a location where Fluff can't even chase that, so can't even do something with that. And in the meantime, it is a TC that is on 29 for 14, with Ear being on 25 for 9, so very, very even on these two. Slightly behind for Era, but that's mostly because of that tower pushing. I mean, you kind of miss a couple of last hits because of that, I'd say. And oh my god, illusions on the mini-map have got indeed a different color. I like it a lot. I didn't see that yet. Of course, that was only since today. But only now is it visible. And that is actually, that is handy, just leaving his illusions standing where they are. A bit obvious, but, you know, you feel like he could use them. Oh well. Oh, and on that side, it's also interesting to note that there's still first ban for the Nyx while he got nerfed slightly. 700 gold up on No-Tail again. I mean, he can heal himself with his healing ward. It's level 2. I guess that's fair enough.
No.
Doesn't really need a ring of regen to stay, keep himself in the lane. And he can't really kill off Korok just yet either. And Korok can't really kill him off either, because, I mean, in theory, he should have his Blade Fury, and Korok is not even gonna try. He is just here for levels as well, and farm, of course, and he's doing great in the farm. He is 30 for 8, with No-Tail 23 for 3. So still fairly decent, considering he's up against a ranged hero, being melee and all that jazz, but with his healing ward, he feels kinda secure, and, I mean... It will take quite a while to take him down because of that poor man's shield, and that time that you have to take him down, there will be TPs towards the mid tower to support, and then Korok will of course not be in the advantage anymore, and he won't be able to kill anyway, so why not just focus on last hitting, which is exactly what he does. In the meantime, Balba picked himself up some Tranquil Boots, so still doing that despite the nerf, and is gonna be sacking a bit. He's got 900 gold, he is doing okay. If you look at the net worth, he is actually third for his team, so doing indeed fairly well, exactly where he should be for yeah, exactly where he should be. I still think there's either, yeah, I think there's something wrong with the textures. There has to be. There has to be. So level 4 up on Fluff, he's still trying to gain some experience. We also have level 4 up on the Sand King. Still Fluff is slightly ahead though, just barely, but still. I mean, it's gonna be something to watch out for, because those two heroes, when they are level 6, you either have an Epicenter or a Ravage, and the thing about those heroes is you want to use it, you want to try to get a kill with it. Same goes for No-Tail, who's now level 6. He does have a Soul Ring, he can use it to get enough mana to use it, but then again, he can't really use it on Korok, because Korok has got his Phase Shift, which kinda stops the jumping through from happening, or at least misses 1 tick, and you only have 3 ticks at level 1, so, you know, it's not really worth it. And he actually placed a ward while that was happening, and I don't think Korok saw that. I mean, the animation for that while being in the Blade Fury is really minimum. Normally you see it a bit better, but not this time.
Behold.
Not this time, or at least yeah, I don't think he noticed that. In the meantime, on the bottom lane, top lane, looks like Liquid is finally looking for first blood. We are 7 minutes into the game, looking for disruption. Up on the gyro, finding it, flame break, Firefly going through. Gosh, and Era gets lassoed and gets killed off. And again, I mean, I didn't come around to tell it yet, but again, one of those ultis that you just want to use the moment you get level 6, because that is what you get your hero for. And of course for Boba, he actually got the gold for that, so he is one step closer towards his blink dagger, because he actually got the first blood money for that as well. He has 1500 gold, only 500 more to go for his blink dagger. And if they would be able to take the tower with this push as well, then they might be able to do something here. In the meantime though, rotation from No-Tail towards that the top lane, with instantly also Kev and Syndrome looking for action. They think they know where they went, but then they didn't, and then they backed off, all of them. So it's gonna be that. It's also gonna be Fluff backing up, who's now level 5, and again Kev level 4 still. So slight difference because of that one kill up on Era. Of course, also a very important target to kill off, being the carry and all of that. As we have got a pause because IXMAC disconnected from the game. It is the Shadow Demon that is sitting in mid lane. Boba hanging around. In the meantime, Korok. I mean, Korok actually got some free farm while No-Tail was on the way top, and then went back again without doing anything. So he's doing still okay. I mean, net worth wise, he is highest. And I'm not counting the anti-mage, because anti-mage is highest, and you know he's an anti-mage and all that just. But you know, for normal heroes, he is highest. Well, second highest than on the top, but still higher than the gyro and higher than the Juggernaut. Of course, we should also consider that there's something in the career. It is No-Tail that actually purchases smoke, so that's 100 gold on him, but that's the only gold that we missed. So still in favor of Liquid, as we also have the gold graph now going back up again, because of course there was a tower that went down on the side of Liquid, and that did give Fnatic a bit of an edge, gold-wise. Well, the gold graph dropping towards, well, going back towards the 0 line, of course. We have got 1500 experience, of course, with that first kill. I say a lot of us, of course. I do. But yeah, with that first blood going the way of Liquid, they get a bit of extra experience. Lane-wise, it's not that big of a difference for the two. I mean, you can compare the Darkseer to the Batrider. Darkseer level 8, 55 last hits, while Batrider is level 6 and 36 last hits. Now there is of course a pretty big difference, and we see on the net worth that the difference in gold is not that big, because it's only 300 gold, but experience wise is actually really good for Hanny. He's been able to stand on the lane for a bit, get himself a bit of extra experience here, and TC is gonna be okay with that. He has got IXMAC to protect him should something happen, but for now nothing is happening just yet. It feels like both teams are kinda okay with the way things are going right now, with having Era farm, with having the anti-mage farm, TC doing what he does best, and he is, by the way, almost got himself the Battle Fury complete. The question is, who is going to be dropping that faster? Who's going to be dropping that comfort zone faster? Who's going to be going out and try to make something happen? Of course, we already had Liquid trying to make something happen on the top lane, but can they do that again? And maybe do they want to do that again? I mean, they've got an anti-mage, so do they need to do it again? I don't think so, depending on what Fnatic wants to do, of course. I mean, Fluff, by the way, has got his Ravage, so we might see him wanting to use that one. At the same time, we also have, in the middle lane, some supports coming around to try and get their level 6 up. Syndrome and Kev still not having it. It's Boba that has got himself the Blink Dagger and is probably looking for a way and looking for an opening, but that ward there, doing its job. And we are going to be seeing Fnatic being very careful, especially now that they know that the Blink is up. In the meantime, though, on the bottom lane, it is this Shadow Demon that went down, Honey, getting himself a solo kill up on that. Well, solo, No-Tail. Oh, Omni Flashes. Well, that was the first Omni Slash for No-Tail, level 8. And anti-mage going down after his support dropping here as well. But look at Liquid, they're gonna rotate as well. They have got the blink. Who are they gonna try to go for first? Is it gonna be No-Tail or is it gonna be Hani is the question. Mana Boots help out for No-Tail, giving him some extra gold. There goes the Ravage actually. Now No-Tail's gonna get lassoed. And the demonic purge up on Hani also. We're gonna see No-Tail taking a lot of damage, and I don't think he'll be able to get away. He spins. It might be enough. Here comes a blink for Boba, though. Can't be standing in that Blade Fury. Doesn't matter. He gets the kill. IXMAC picking up the last hit for that one. In the meantime, it is the Darkseer that got himself out of that place, and all of a sudden 5 heroes for Liquid coming towards the bottom lane to defend their carry, even though of course it was a bit too late. but to actually just make sure, like, you know what, if you're gonna be going in on us, we are gonna be going in on you. But by doing so, and by only getting 1 kill in return, even though of course it's a nice kill, it is gonna be the Juggernaut that went down, but they give a lot of free space to Fnatic in that time. I mean, Kev got himself his level 6 in the mid lane, got 1k gold, so can pick him up himself up some mana boost if he wants to. And Fluff doesn't even have that yet. And the question is, does he want to, or does he want to go for the blink dagger straight up? We'll find out. And of course on the top lane, I mean, Era, he went down once, so he is on par in that sense with an anti-mage. But he also got free time to farm here, and he is doing very fine for himself. He is basically, with that death on the anti-mage, he's only 300 gold away from him. We know that what anti-mages can do, though. When he gets his Battle Fury complete, he will skyrocket on his gold per minute. He will be able to farm very freely. Haste run up for no-tail. Looking for a bit of harassment up on Korok. Just one hit, just saying, you know what, I'm here. We've got a lot of creeps here with sentry ward being placed. They realized they were coming. The Mithrils are gonna get cleared out by Bulba, and they see the flames and thinking, hey, you know what? That's not what's supposed to happen. I mean, Korok is seemingly playing with fire. Kevin's sitting and hanging around. Oh, they smoke up. They're gonna go top, seeing if they can take an advantage there. It's gonna be 3 versus 3, but the advantage that you get from the surprise effect might be just enough to help Fnatic get themselves ahead. As we do see Doheny going down the bottom lane. This time anti-mage getting helped out by Korok. We're gonna continue this though, because these two are looking for something. This ward is only scouting out Era, so they don't realize there's more than just that. But that's gonna be it though. That is gonna be just it. Never mind. Should have sticked on the bottom lane. Thought I was gonna see some big actions top, but no, can do. And it is TC that gets himself extra gold. And I mean, Korok helping out there. He did get an assist. Dream Coil being used to stop him from getting away. No-tail. Whoa. Hiding. Nice. Nice juke. Courier. Courier. Hello. Hello. Now they saw him though. Bottle getting dropped. No, they didn't see. He didn't see. Hani gonna go for TC. TC gets himself jump on the slash and a kill. No-tail. Juker. Number 1. And Korok coming back thinking, hey, I didn't see him. Where did he come from? Maybe an Invis rune, who knows? I don't think so though. Not really possible at the 14th minute without a bottle. Korok coming in to help stop the push from happening, and of course also getting some extra experience here while he gets vacuumed in. There is still Era hanging around there, and actually Fnatic, they are 5 on this bottom lane. Korok, you have to be very careful there. Cooldown coming down. Korok, face shift not even needed anymore because he is dead. Fluff coming in with a global silence, stopping him from ravaging a lot of people. He's gonna try again though. He needs to do it before he dies. Gets it off, still dies. Where's his team? Where's the follow-up? Demonic Purge up on Era. Flak Cannon though is up for Era, and he turns around. The tower will drop. Burrow Strike will hit an IX Mike, and he drops as well as the tower. And the other one that came in was TC, but he can't do anything. He is an anti-mage with the Battle Fury without his power threads, and he kind of needs power threads to have his speed a bit up to max. But this is Fnatic saying, you know what? We're done. We are done, and we are gonna go for 5-man Dota right here. And the thing is, they can. They know that the Ravage is on cooldown. They know that they still have an epicenter. There is an Omni Slash again up soon as well, and the cooldown is ready again. It might not be a global silence, but it doesn't matter. Bulba is gonna try to look for an initiation. If he can jump himself someone back, that would of course be of a big help. But the thing is, without a Force Staff, he can blink himself in, grab someone, but when he is in, he's gonna get Burrow Striked, and you know, he's basically dead. He has to be so careful. Oh, Korok jumps in with the silence and a Dream Coil up on 3. TC going in as well. Lasso up an Era, holding him in place. Mana Void not doing enough. Cooldown coming down as well. It is Kev that goes down first. But then Bulba, and tower drops still. Anti-Mage has forced to blink himself away as there is Era going down still. It is IX Mike with a double kill. Gosh, still on No-Tail. It is Fluff that goes down on the sidelines, and No-Tail will get picked up by TC, so he gets himself a kill. Another Waning Rift helping out, silencing up Hani, who can't surge himself just yet, but it doesn't look like he needs it. He's gonna go for IX Mike. Vacuum back in with you, and that is gonna be another kill. As we still had the silencer going down, TC gets a double kill as well, so he got 2 kills. and a couple of assists. But the tower still went down. It is 3 for 3 on the kills. But it has to be said, like, I don't even... like, I know that, you know, the Gyro and the Juggernaut both went down on Fnatic, so in that case it is based on heroes, a good trade. But at the same time, they lose basically 2 towers for 1 push. And that is really, really not that good. You have to get, like... I mean, you wasted a Ravage, basically. The Dream Coil was good, they did what they could. I feel like it was probably the best fight they could have hoped for, considering how the fight earlier went. But if you take it all in one ball, like on the tier 1 as well, I mean, that was just something that could have been prevented, I think, by better communication when we actually saw Fluff going in with that Ravage. I mean, the Ravage was good, the follow-up just wasn't there. It is just... something is hanging above that. We're gonna have a pause so I can look at it better. No pause? Come on, pause! People, note 5 pauses! No pause, silencer is disconnected. That's why I say pause. Thank you. Okay. Something is hanging there. Like, that is not supposed to happen. That's not Squiddles. Squiddles is the thing that he's holding. It is not the support, because that's the spikes. Maybe it's the octopus hat, but I thought I had the octopus hat as well, and it doesn't look this crazy. And the sword, of course, also. Strange, uncommon, squishy head. Well, nice. Okay, so, yeah, we have the reconnect back from the silencer. Well, there we go. TC actually has his power treads, and will be going back into the jungle to continue his farm. And of course that was a disconnection from Synderen, but he apologized for it, and we will forgive him because we're nice. We're nice. And Fnatic, they're gonna do the same thing again mid lane. They have got 5 people soon in the mid lane. Disruption gonna try to help out, create some illusions of no-teal to force him back. And we're actually gonna have Era with the Shadow Blade looking for a kill up on TC. Perhaps he can get it. Realize he's here. Black Cannon, cooldown coming down. Rock Barrage Silence is there as well with the Global Silence. He might be able to do this, and he will be in for... yeah, he does! Global Silence helping out with Anti-Mage dead. They can try and take this fight in this tower. They've got an Epicenter again. They've got a Burrow Strike. No Global Silence, but I don't think it needed. They've got an Omni Slash. Now Korg, though, also invisible. In the invisibility room. Invisible. There we go. He's gonna go for Kev first, who has himself a Blink Dagger, but not able to use it because he is dead. Fluff doesn't have mana for a Ravage. Can pop his H-Stick charges. Might be enough to make himself get a Ravage. Gonna have to be careful though. Flame Rake backing them all off. Everybody getting harassed a lot on Liquid, and they actually have to give up their tower right now. Omni Slash, IX Mike going down still, and this is a tier 1. If not more. Fnatic continues to push. They're not. They could have, I feel like they could have. 5-man Dota has its limits apparently. We're gonna see Batrider going for a Vlad to help his teammate out. Most likely, to help TC. With Fluff also going for a Blink Dagger. It might take some more time than the Sand King. But Sand King, he went like I said at some point, like he went all Blink Dagger, not even going for Mana Boots. Blink Dagger only. With the Blink Dagger, of course, also up on the puck. So Kork having that one, 1800 gold, almost 1900 up on his inventory. Is he gonna go for 4-staff next? Probably. Kev, blinking, Burrow Strike, gonna go for a kill up on Kork, trying to get him. There's the phase shift though. And this is why we're gonna see Puck. Well, actually, they're gonna go out with no-tail. Demonic Purge helping out. IX Mike, Disruption, gonna try and hold him there so the rest can come there. No-tail. Gonna get a lasso up his face, but the Burrow Strike is there to try and help him out. The Healing Ward as well. Is it gonna be enough? Here comes Kork back, and he gets a kill together with IX Mike. And that is gonna be Boba going top to get his farm there, but that's a quick pickup, and that's needed. Like, if you're gonna be harassed by 5 heroes from Fnatic constantly, picking off just one vital hero like that can just delay the game for you. And look at what Fnatic is doing, by the way. I haven't really pointed this out yet, but
Dire's bottom tower is under
this is control, people. They are warding basically the entire enemy jungle. They want to know what's going on at all costs, and they just want to try to and well, get some control on TC's farming. Like TC can still find farm, of course. I mean, but it's just limited, and it is very easy for him now to be out of position. I mean, there's some camps that he can't farm, and some camps that he can. And Fnatic knows exactly which he can farm. So if they look for TC to kill him off, they know which camp he might be at. We are gonna have a Roshan, by the way, picked up by Fnatic. I don't think that Liquid wants to really fight this. They could try, but they need the anti-mage. And I don't think anti-mage is ready yet. Like, if you're Liquid, you want to try to postpone the game because you have got the better late game in the form of an anti-mage. Well, in theory, that's what you went for anyway. But if there's and a gyrocopter and a juggernaut, oh, it is still the era that picked up the Aegis. It is Korg that's sitting there and can only blink it for 6 seconds. Has got his orb up again soon. With the haste rune, he tried to, of course, snipe the Aegis, but the kill still went to the Dire. The Aegis went to the Dire, and Korg gets himself out of that alive. Quite noble. But the push continues for Fnatic. I mean, this is what they want to do. Sound King will be back in just a second. He was at the base, so he's gonna come back. Alex Mike trying to do what he can to stop the push from happening. Forcing Fnatic back. Let's see how long it will work though.
Dire's structures are fortified.
In the meantime, tier 1 tower on the top lane getting harassed a bit. I mean, that's something that you can do with an anti-mage, trying to split push. Talking about pushing in total for Liquid though, they haven't been able to do anything. There's no towers down on the side of Fnatic. We have the gold graph going towards a 4K, which is like, considering the gold difference that or the tower difference. Wait, blink in. They're gonna be finding Synderen. Synderen is gonna go down. So if you're looking at the difference in towers, the thing is, if you're gonna go for a team that, or go for a strategy that requires you to like take down towers fast and then push into the base, you know, don't make it into a very late game. You want to be able to get an advantage that you get with the towers that you get, and it doesn't feel like they're getting that much out of it. Like, okay, 3.7k gold, it's nice, but it's not the 4 towers that they have down. 4 towers down means, and 4 towers down should, in theory, mean about 6k gold. And they're of course also 1 kill ahead. But if you're not that, then you are a bit behind on the farm of the heroes, and that's mostly gonna be in the anti-mage, who's of course doing very nicely on the farm. Still, Era is doing better. Don't get me wrong. He is very rich. But if you compare the farms, I mean, it is gonna be right now it's actually fairly even. But it is gonna be in total Liquid slightly in favor in terms of last hits, for example, etc. And of course, all the towers can still be considered gold to be picking up, and Era is gonna go for a Fluff. Fall down, gonna come down, rock barrage, and a kill. Fluff, ooh, not. And hello, TC, Global Silence, gonna help out Fluff. Gonna try to juke this, we'll be able to do so. Era is the one to drop his Aegis, and he is gonna be in a world of trouble. He has got no team to support him, he was greedy, he can't find Fluff either, and that is the anti-mage picking himself up a kill. Nice responses from Liquid, they really wanted to get that, and that is such an important kill, like I was just talking about. If you're gonna go for a 5-man push, you pick up one of the star heroes, then your opponent team can't push, and that means you buy more time for the anti-mage. Better yet, he's got of course a kill from that, so he's got himself some extra gold, and they're actually gonna try to finally take down that tower. And the tower, as I said earlier, I don't know if I actually got to finish that sentence, but towers are basically gold that are still left to pick up for the teams. TC picks himself up 2100 gold, almost got his Mantis Tower with that one. In the meantime though, they have to back off soon again, because the push comes in on the bottom lane. I don't think that Kev or Noto are gonna continue going for this. This is just forcing the issue. Maybe Boba can still get someone if he blinks forward, but they're just too fast. Wards upon wards upon wards.
Middle tower is under attack.
Fnatic really likes control. Control freaks. Mechanism almost up on Fluff, so he's not even gonna try to go for a
invisibility.
For a blink dagger. So he's just gonna rely on the fight being brought towards him rather than anything else. And he can of course do that. Like if Boba grabs someone very important like Era, then Fnatic is basically forced to kind of go in because they need to save their carry. And then in that case, Tidehunter can just wait until the fight gets brought to him. So he's no real rush to really initiate, and that's what we see the entire time, because it is mostly Fnatic that is initiating and is trying stuff, and is of course trying to back towards finally. is trying to, well, Liquid is trying to just prolong the game to get their anti-mage up to speed. And so far it's working out. So far it's working out for sure. We have Hani picking up and the pipe and the mechanism, so having himself that team fight. They are really preparing for that five-man push, but they can't just seem to get it off. And it starts to get at that point where you kind of want to have at least one hero picked up before you yourself go for a push, if you are in Fnatic shoes, of course. We're forced off up on Bulba together with Korok picking up the ultimate orb. So maybe gonna go for a sheep stick, gonna go for more control. With No-Tail having his BKB complete now. Nice silence up on No-Tail, with the silence icon kind of disappearing over his head. And there's the BKB also ready up on Era. And of course that's the thing that you do for countering the Tidehunter. To not get ravaged, just pop a BKB. But you have to pop it before he ravages, that's kind of mandatory. So you have to kind of know when he goes for it. Though, I mean, without a blink dagger, it should be kind of easy to know when he actually does that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Let's see if Liquid is going to get this tower. Looks like they are. They might lose their tier 2 for it though, but at this stage, it is more important for yourself to actually get yourself a tower than to lose a tower. I mean, your enemies were ahead on gold anyway, so you're just picking yourself up some gold to get your core items up. And we're gonna be seeing some people TPing back because we need to defend the tier 3s, Liquid thinks. Pipe goes up, Flame Break's trying to help out to delay the push from happening, but still some tower being done at the same time. Tier 2 tower also drops. So gold's going the way of Liquid pretty fast, but 2 towers for just 1 tower and a couple of hundred damage is not too bad. And it's actually Liquid that backs out, so they were the one to not go for the team fight this time. And or Fnatic backing out, that is. And Liquid, maybe they still, I mean, they're hanging around here. They're looking for a target. Bulba looking for a bit of vision on someone to blink in on, but he can't find anybody. Everybody already backed out from Fnatic. And of course TC happily farming in a jungle that is dewarded. Yay, he's got 3100 gold. He's farming really fast now, of course. I mean, his gold per minute is quite a bit higher than Era's. It's even more than 100 gold per minute higher right now than Era's. And he's got a lot of gold in his Manta style also up. So he is doing really well for himself and really well for his team, I should say, as well. As the gold graph that was in favor of Fnatic, with the advantage that they got from pushing those tower earlier, is entirely gone. It is back to the 0 line. It is back to being even, with the experience graph going the way of Liquid because of those last kills. And of course, because of Fnatic just trying to go for a bit of a push. Oh, cool! That looked kind of cool. But yeah, if No-Tail or if Fnatic can't really get anything done here, with just, you know,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
not, well, maybe they can push a tower, but they can't get any kills, like they can't get any fight going, then that is all won by Liquid because they still have the anti-mage farming, while Fnatic doesn't have anybody farming at this moment. They're just hanging 5 inside this middle lane, and they actually just wanted to find a good way to go in. Find a good burst strike epicenter, find a good global silence, etc. But they just can't find it. Can't get it done. The Ravage, the lasso, it's too much to be waiting for them. And of course also if you still have a puck with that waning rift, it's very annoying to deal with. But maybe a next Roshan will help them. They already checked to see if he was there, but there's still 1.5 minutes to go. Maybe the person that normally notes down the time for the Roshan not there today. So they didn't really notice the timer. Smoke up for Liquid. They're gonna go mid. TC is gonna come in to help out as well. They either want to take the tower or want to take a fight. They're okay with either, it seems. Smoke is gonna go from behind. But instantly we see everybody of Fnatic backing off. They realize something is amiss. With a lot of heroes missing from the map, this can only mean trouble. And with the Manta style being complete here on TC, you can push very fast. They're gonna try to defend this though. They've got people coming in. Synderen and Kev already standing around. They just really want to try and take this fight. Looking for an opening. Can't find it though. And it's gonna be the heart being built up by the anti-mage. It looks like he actually has got it complete. And the courier's gonna wait until he has that the tower. The tower will, yeah, the heart's complete with that tower.
has fallen.
So I like what they did there. They kind of like, you saw they were looking for a fight, they were ready for it, but in the end they kind of forced all of Fnatic to come top, and then they just went mid, and they were faster, they picked up the tower and they back off. It's all they came for. And all of a sudden, towers, there's only one tower difference, while the gold is actually specking in favor of Fnatic. And that difference in gold per minute is quite sick. Quite sick. And we see it coming back in net worth as well. Of course, the only difficulty that you have is that you have got and a Juggernaut and a Gyrocopter up on one side, and just an Anti-Mage on the other. So is Anti-Mage farmed enough at some point to take on both of them? Because that's what's going to be needed. We've got the Basher up on the Juggernaut, so they do have something to try and shut down that Anti-Mage, maybe slightly. They've got a... yeah... They've got a Demon's Edge up on the Gyro, and we've seen, of course, MKBs, and we've seen the Divine Rapier. I kind of think it's gonna be an MKB, purely to just already have something against the Butterfly that at some point will be up on the Anti-Mage. And it's not like Era hasn't died yet the entire game or something like that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Flame Break knocking Era up on the high ground. They realize that. And there will be plenty of time for Boba to pick him up if he wants to. Vacuum is going to help clear out the trees. Oh, he missed a couple of trees. That's not good. And now the Shadow Demon poison. They realize he's here. There's a Flame Break. Not in time though, Boba. Not in time to stop the TP from happening. And he actually TP towards the tier 2. So they're looking for action straight away, knowing that someone is sitting in the rush pit, knowing that Liquid's positioning is off the mark. Who are they gonna find first? Iron Shells. Here comes Korok. Jumps himself in with the Dream Coat. Cooldown coming down. BKB's going on. All these actions going through as well. And Fluff, they're going down before he can pop the Ravage. It is a buyback from Silencer, who also went down, as we also had the Bad Rider going down. Now TC getting bro psyched. Disruption tried to save his life. We'll be able to blink away straight afterwards, and that definitely helps. But it's Fnatic that prevails. With help of the buyback, Gem of True Set on the floor. It doesn't look like Fnatic is... there we go. Now they notice. And now they're gonna be going for Roche. And now they can. But for how long can they really stand here? Not that long, but I think it should be fine because I think Roshan will go down fairly fast.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And that was only one dying on the side of Fnatic for 2 on the side of Liquid, and most importantly, Fluff went down before he could pop his Ravage. That Ravage could have turned everything around, but I think he wanted to wait with his Ravage before Era, or when Era had his BKB on, because, you know, just to wait until his BKB ran out. But it was the longest BKB ever, as in... you know, it's 10 seconds. That's the longest you can get. And that kind of showed. And it was just too long for Fluff to wait. And he dropped like so fast. Like a watermelon to his shotgun. It was really quite sad. We're gonna see if they can try it again next time. But for now, it is gonna be Fnatic that is pulling ahead with the Roshan going their way as well. At the same time, what do they actually get from this? Because even with the Roshan, they can't really push into the enemy base. They need more. They need a pick off or 2 before they can really do something with their Aegis. And I mean, you can try to just, you know, elbow your way into the racks of your opponent team with that Aegis, thinking, you know, you have a failsafe. Oh my God, no till, you're so dead. TP out, should be in time. Last 2, never mind, no TP for you. And that's gonna be no till getting popped off. So Fnatic, they have that Aegis, and I think they're gonna need it because they're gonna need it to defend their base. They're gonna need it to defend their second last tier 2.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And that's gonna be a very easy tier 3, because I don't think now Fnatic, they even with the Aegis, they don't want to defend without the Juggernaut.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Because it means that you fight 4 on 5, you fight versus the Ravage. Fnatic knows that. And you know, if you lose a fight right now, you lose more than just a fight. You lose your racks. Can't happen, but it looks like, I mean, oh, actually, they find no till buying back. Ravage hits. Hits on all 4, and that is a Dream Call up on 3. It's already gonna be Kev that gets dropped down. Global Silence trying to help out. Cooldown coming down as well. It's a buyback that happens, but it's Sinner that goes down again. Boba trying to fly himself away. It is Arrow that gets gets turned into a Piglet. He's in a lot of trouble. Triple kill already going off for the Anti-Mage as he picks up the Juggernaut. They're gonna see if Hani can stay alive through this. Vacuums everybody and tries to run. Aegis getting popped there. Era will be back in a second. We will get bashed and bashed. and we'll try to run flat cannon. I don't think TC cares. He cares about tier 4 towers though, and he cares about tier 3, so that is a fight that was won by Liquid. The Ravage was insane. It hit on all 4 targets that were there. Of course it didn't hit on No-Tail because he wasn't there, he only just bought back. But it hit on everybody. Fnatic was not ready for that one, and that basically gave the edge to Liquid to begin with. And TC, of course, able to pick up all those kills on the edge. I mean, he's got a basher and he's got a heart. He is doing really well. But that is one set of Rex going down in favor of Liquid. He pops his mats now, gonna go for Era. Era being turned into a piglet by Korok. Can't do anything. Mayday, mayday. Indeed, Burst Strike Epicenter coming in, doing a lot of damage. And this might actually be enough to at least pop off Korok. But it doesn't seem like it's gonna do just that. Urn Charge will help out, and the phase shift apparently does work against the curse of the silencer. And that was one set of racks, and Liquid basically not losing anything for that. They actually did not lose a single thing. Single person. I must be wrong with that. Someone must have died. Abyssal Blade. Ready upon TC.
Healing power.
Together with the regen rune. How convenient. Getting all your mana back up after a tough fight like that, and now you can continue farming. Isn't that everybody's dream? Yes, it is, especially anti-mage's farming dream. What's he gonna build next? Maybe boots of travel so that he can free up an inventory slot to buy a butterfly. But if it's gonna be a butterfly, there's already a start off for the MKB up on the gyro. But I kind of feel like maybe we're coming at a point where he needs the Aegis and then he needs the Rapier. And then he needs to win this game because Anti-Mage is starting to get out of control real fast right now. Oh, no. There we go. In the meantime, the Orchid is up on a Puck, so Korok having more control. I mean, Puck is already a very controlling hero. I mean, he's got a Dream Call, he's got a Silence, and then he hexes, and now he silences even more. It is quite the feat to have. And of course, I mean, what I said earlier during the draft, like, control-wise for both teams, stun-wise, you of course have all the ultis from Liquid, but if you then get all the hexes with that, of course, is with it as well. I mean, there's a lot of control coming off from Liquid, and for Fnatic, the only thing you basically have is the cooldown with the slow, and the Burst Strike for a real solid stun. And even though Burst Strike is really solid, let's see if they can find some. Oh, hello TC, Omni Slash, Mountain Star out of that, Burst Strike still hits. Here comes the rest of Liquid, cooldown coming down, BKB goes up. TC just standing there, holding his ground, that heart really making a difference. There's the Ravage, Lasso up on Era. It is gonna be Era getting turned into a piglet as well. Flame Break gonna try to help out. Era is gonna go down. We still have TC alive, and he's just coming in there to clean out the mess. Taking still a lot of damage, but I don't think he cares. It is gonna be the Shadow Demon that manages to pick off Kev. The Aegis is well, the Aegis was long gone. Never mind me. No-Tail is gonna be in a lot of trouble. The GG gets cold. It is too late for Fnatic to come back, they feel. If they can't get the Anti-Mage with that much hatred being spammed upon him, they can't kill him anytime, and that is gonna be the first game of this best out of 3 going the way of Team Liquid. We're gonna see game number 2 though. This is a best out of 3 for the Ritmix Russian Dota 2 League, and this is a loser's bracket match. The loser of this one goes home, no longer in the 8 teams that were invited to this tournament, and this is do it or die. We're gonna go to the next match, see if Liquid can make it a 2-0, or if Fnatic can pull themselves back and can go for that third game. And then we're gonna see it real fast, because as this throne drops, we're gonna be seeing an end screen, and I'm gonna be saying, oh, I can already say that actually. So if you want to support me, you can do that by subscribing to my YouTube on youtube.com/SheeverGaming, and you can also, of course, always follow me on twitter.com/SheeverGaming. There we go. Wow, can't even pronounce that one right. Anyways, let's jump ourselves into the next game and see if Fnatic can come back from this one. Don't go anywhere.